I think I've done this before. No, it's for the Xbox 360. So what I thought I'd do is a collection video. I don't think I've done many of these, to be honest. Oh, I've done the Dreamcast as well. Yeah, so I'm going to do all the original Xbox games I got. I don't think I haven't got tons. I'm not exactly totally sure how many I've got. I've never actually counted, to be honest. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll film every time I get a spare like 5 minutes or something. I'll take a chunk of them and just go through them. So here's one lot. So first up is Halo. It doesn't really need an introduction, really, does it? Everyone's pretty familiar with this game already. I have played it. I haven't completed it, and I'm not exactly sure how far I got through it. I think I can't even explain where I got. I think I got past the bit where you're on the planet. Maybe. Oh, I don't know. I played it anyway, and I didn't really start getting into this game until I stopped playing it and sold it off. And of course, I got it back again sometime later. But I played it like probably about 4 years ago or something, 5 years ago. I just couldn't quite get into it like straight off the bat. But it is good, and I might, because I've heard that they're redoing this in HD. Now I'm not sure whether they're just going to do a Medal of Honor and just do it, just up the res of it. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to completely rework the graphics, maybe put Halo Reach's graphics onto this. If they do that, then I will pick it up. But if it's just a more high resolution of the original graphics, then I probably won't bother, because I was really jealous of Medal of Honor Frontline getting a HD re-release with the new Medal of Honor game on the PS3. But when I watched SNEStastic's video, and he said that it was only like they'd only it was the original graphics but just improved into 1080p or whatever, then I wasn't that impressed. So I mean, if they do Halo Reach's graphics with the original game, then I will play through it again. Next up, Men of Valor. Now, it pisses me off, right? I got to nearly the end of this game. I'm presuming it's near the end. It's a brilliant game. I really love it. Great music, great graphics. It's still a really, really great game to play these days. But I got to this one bit, and you have to basically storm this hill, and you have to follow this guy. But it's like there's this bunker at the top of the hill, and they're all firing down at you, and you have to kind of weave in and out of this hill, and you have to follow this one guy and protect him, make sure he doesn't get shot, which is all well and good. But then he stops exactly in front of the bunker where they've got like a mountain machine gun and rockets, and you can't shoot them because they're in this bunker. And I get fucking killed every time, and there's no like health or anything anywhere. So I just felt the difficulty at that bit. There was parts of this game where the difficulty was, did have those difficulty spikes, but I just felt that was so cheap to just, you have to follow this guy, and he goes and kneels in front of a fucking bunker, and you got all the fucking hell coming down on you, and it's just impossible. And I tried it, and I can't get past it. And it's not like in modern games where you can turn the difficulty down during gameplay. So I just felt that was really cheap of him to do that. So I haven't completed this, but I think I played the majority of the game. I think the game was getting to its conclusion. So, but it's a brilliant game. I really, really highly recommend this game. Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. I finally got this game from Game Station, which I'm so glad. This, I don't know why, but this is quite hard to get hold of. Well, it's not. You can get it off eBay, but on eBay it goes for sometimes what I would consider silly prices for it. And but I mean, trying to I mean, in Game Station and other game stores that do still stock Xbox titles and PlayStation and all that, and GameCube and that. This is the one game that I just can't. It's just kind of rare to come across, and I'm not paying stupid eBay prices for it. So I found this obviously in Game Station, and lo and behold, it didn't have a fucking manual with it. So that kind of annoys me, because it just means I have to buy this one again at some point. But hopefully I'll be able to find it at that price. But yeah, I actually prefer this original one to what is it? What is it? The Two Towers and the, I should know this, being a fucking Lord of the Rings fan. The Return of the King. Yeah, I just felt that the first one was better. Next up, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Now, this is more of a kids game, so it's not as serious as something like this. But nonetheless, I bought it way back in the day on the PlayStation 2. Played it and I loved it. I thought it was a brilliant game, really nice gameplay, nice music, just really immersive. And I knew it was aimed at a younger audience, but I just didn't give a shit really. I mean, if a game engages you as a player, then that's all that matters really. As long as you're having fun on that game, like I said, it's just a brilliant game. I mean, if you can't get on with the younger cutesy style of it, and the more simple kind of gameplay to it, then it might not be for you. Metal Slug 3. I think I've played the MAME version of this. So yeah, and the disc is fucked on this one. So I haven't played it, but I think I have actually played Metal Slug 3 on MAME. So Jet Set Radio Future. Now I played this Jet Set Radio on the Dreamcast, but I haven't played it on. I haven't actually played this yet on the Xbox. But I mean, if it's I've heard that this is a top game, and I got this super cheap, so I think I'll pick this up for 99p from Game Station. And this goes for stupid prices on eBay sometimes. I mean, you're lucky if you can get it at a reasonable price on eBay. But yeah, it's meant to be absolutely top title, but I haven't played it yet on the Xbox. Chronicles of Riddick. I still haven't got around playing this. I was so jealous about this game when it came out on the Xbox, because I had a PlayStation, and I was just like, it's not fair that this is coming out on the Xbox and not on the PlayStation. There's a few games like that actually, but yeah, I really, really, really wanted to play this, but I never got around to it. Then they released that new one on the Xbox 360 that included this old game in it, but I still haven't picked that up and played it. And to be honest, I probably won't play this on the original Xbox. I'll probably just pick up the one that they released on the Xbox 360, because it includes this anyway. And yeah, so that's that one. Doom 3. Now I had the limited edition version of this, or something like that, or collector's edition, whatever it was, and I know I got quite far through it, to be honest, because this is one of the games that actually worked on the backwards compatible thing for the 360. So yeah, I played quite a bit of this and I really loved it, but I didn't complete it. Oh, so stupid. I played it to a point and then I got rid of it, and it was a fucking collector's edition as well. But anyway, yeah, it is a great game. It is brilliant. Still great graphics to this day, to be honest with you, and I would recommend this. Just wish that I'd completed it. Well, I've still got the save game, I think, so I could always just stick it in the 360 and finish it off, but it's been so long now. It's 5 years that I don't know. I'd have to start again. Second Sight, I don't know anything about this game. Apart from I heard it's meant to be good. So yeah, there we go. Ah, Brothers in Arms. Now I had this on the PS2. Absolutely loved this game. I played this game so much. This game, what other games were it? San Andreas and Medal of Honor Frontline and Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. The 4 games that I absolutely played over and over and over again on the PS2. I think the PlayStation 2 was one of the last consoles where I'll get a game, complete it, and just keep playing and playing and playing that game over and over again, getting my money's worth out of it. Just doesn't seem to happen with the 360. Seem to, unless it's a multiplayer game on the 360, I seem to play a game, complete it, and move on. But yeah, obviously the graphics in this have aged now, and it was a real shame that the new Brothers in Arms game just wasn't as good. But this is still a classic, and I absolutely love it. Meant to be well better on the Xbox, and I've heard that it's meant to run a lot smoother as well. Brothers in Arms, Earned in Blood. This game, I wanted to like this game so much, but when I got it, I was so up for it and playing it, but afterwards I was kind of a bit disappointed. But I didn't want to be disappointed about this game. I wanted it to be awesome, so I did keep going back to this game. But if I'm honest with myself, I know that it was pretty not well. It wasn't as good. It had a lot of shortcomings. Basically, I thought that this game was, if it was just solely released on the PC, would have been released as like an add-on. But they decided to, package it into another game and sell it on, which I didn't think it was, worth it being a whole new game. It was just too rushed and nothing. It was just more of the same. But it's, how can I explain it? It's like they took all the rubbish out of Road to Hill 30, and this is what was left over. It's like on their albums where they say they started off with 20 songs and they narrowed it down to 10, and all the rubbish ones didn't make it into the final album. Well, that's what it feels like with this game. It feels like all the rubbish levels didn't make it into Brothers in Arms. They created Earned in Blood for it and then just made the story like based around those levels. Quite disappointing, really. There's one good level that I kept going back to that I thought was particularly impressive, but that's about it. So that's the first kind of next up is Still Life. I haven't played this yet. I've played, obviously I've put it on and checked it out. Fucking hell, this game is amazing. The graphics in it are unfucking believable. It's just like a brand new Xbox 360 game. The graphics are that good. And this game as well, I think, as far as I can remember, because I never did do a video on it, it runs at, on the original Xbox at 720p. So yeah, just amazing graphics. It's meant to be a really good game as well, so I was just ecstatic about getting this. Next up is a game that I desperately wanted to play back on the PlayStation 2, but I think this came out towards the end of the PS2. No, what am I talking about? PS2 is still going. It was getting to the point where I was starting to get my mind into thinking about the next generation. So I think that's why I didn't end up getting this on the PlayStation 2. But I really wanted to play it because I really like that film, The Faculty, and this seemed to me like a bit like that. So I really wanted to play it. Obviously it's a horror game, so yeah, pretty good. Next up is one that I wanted for ages. Actually seen this in some, I can't remember, one of the game shops. I can't remember which one it was now. Yeah, I just wasn't going to pay the prices basically, and then I looked on Amazon, and it was going brand new for really cheap, so I picked it up. As you can see, it's still got the cellophane on it, and it's still sealed, so it's totally brand new. Haven't got round to checking it out. I don't know why, I just haven't got round to checking it out. Next up, now I'm really happy to have this. I actually had this as an NTSC game, because if you got your Xbox soft modded, it can actually play the original Xbox, that is. It can actually play NTSC games and Japanese games. The problem with that though is, now I did say on my soft mod video that you can do that, and games are cheaper, and you just do it, but I don't recommend it at all. Basically what happened is I put an NTSC game in, and it didn't ask me if I wanted to install an update. It just goes, install an update. It didn't even say there's an update available, do you want to install it? It just said update installing, and then once it did that, it rebooted the console, but it wouldn't. When I took the game out, the console wouldn't reboot back into the soft modded dashboard, and as I tried to sort it out, but I couldn't. So in the end, I had to buy a new original Xbox and soft mod that. So I was really pissed off. So don't play NTSC games on your soft modded Xbox, because that could happen. But I got this. Like I said, I had this on as an NTSC version, and I was lucky enough to find the PAL version of it going really cheap. I think this at the most only cost me £5. It goes for stupid prices on eBay. Next up is Knights of the Old Republic 2. How I could miss that big 2 right there when I was looking at this. I actually thought this was the first Knights of the Old Republic, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to get that. And then I realised it was the second one when I get home. Well, that's just the way it works out. So the first one is just go for quite a bit on eBay, which is why I haven't picked it up. I will get it eventually, because it's always quoted as being one of the best RPGs ever. So I'll get it eventually. Next up, X-Men Legends. Again, another game. If you got your Xbox modded, it runs at 720p, and it looks amazing. It's sort of a cross between cel shaded graphics and like cartoony graphics. It's really weird, but yeah, really good. Top down sort of third person beat 'em up thing with RPG elements. So I haven't played it obviously, and I managed to get X-Men The Legends 2. Again, runs at 720p and is just as awesome looking as the first game. Never played it either. Now I've got Myst 3 Exile. I think I've got Myst and Riven on the Saturn, and I've got Myst 3 on the Xbox, and I haven't played any of them. But I mean, Riven on the Saturn just looks absolutely jaw-dropping. So I'll just I assume that this is just going to be as big a quality as that. Next up is Half-Life 2. I've heard a lot about Half-Life, but I've never actually played one of the games. It's just another one that I really need to get around to playing, instead of buying brand new games all the time. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully I will get around to playing this. I did try the Orange Box demo, but I wasn't that taken with the Half-Life demo they had on there. But that's just the way it goes with some demos. Sometimes the demos are shit, whereas the game, when you play it, is actually brilliant. So yeah, gotta get around to playing that.